Good morning, everybody. It's Natalie here, and I'd like to invite you this morning to my quick wake up. We're going to work here with using the chakra system, and we're using and utilizing our endocrine system. And so for myself, I have psoriasis, and I have a few different trainings. We can talk about different reasons in which our energy body connects in with trauma. Physical, emotional, variety of different reasons why our body responds the way it does. And with my background in social work and also as a skin therapist, I started seeing all these correlations. And so I welcome you today to this morning check-in. I have this little daily tidbits and checking that I like to utilize, and it touches the 7 main body centers. We call these chakras, call them a variety of different words you want. I use Somatic Wellness as my go-to. I have a chakra virtual training, and I will have several other trainings. But just in the lay of the land, so everyone feels welcome here, which is the most important thing to me, I want to say, if we just look at our energy systems and how it affects us in our body. You know, when you feel like, oh, I felt that in my gut. Oh, I feel that in my heart. Oh, they stabbed me in the back. Oh, I got a pain in my tail feathers. All right, so you're catching on. So this is really to celebrate our joy, get our out, move through some of that locked, blocked, there's a lot going on. I'm making my webinar trainings here from my house in Connecticut during 2020. That says it all. I'm sending love to everyone who is seeing this and wishes of wellness to you and yours. And I really think when we start in here, we'll just start already. I have my mat down and I've got my feet planted on the ground. Stand on up with me. Take your feet, just kind of stamp them on the ground. I've got socks and gloves on because we're putting our heaters in, but right now we don't have them set up here in the basement, so I am a little cold. But we're doing a quick wake up. I've introduced myself. I want to say we breathe up for 6, hold at the top for 3, and then slowly out for 9. Maybe even bend over when you try it, right? My feet are planted on the ground and it's up for 6, hold for 3, down for 9. So now just come on back down. I got us stomping on our feet. Now we're on our knees. And so there's a pillow here handy, if that makes it easier. But I'm on my mat and I'm just walking on my knees. And if that's too hard and you have some knee issues, then you just sit right back down on your bottom. You can lean on your knees. You can sit crisscross applesauce. I worked in elementary school, that's what we say. Grab a pillow. Just want you to come on in and say hello. Say hello to yourself. Come check in here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on my pillow and I'm just gonna check here. Make it a little brighter so you can see me. And I'm sitting on my sits bone. It's my bum. I'm sitting on my bum. Come sit with me. So we woke the ground up with our feet, pat, 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 pat. Then with our knees, pat, 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 pat. And now we're just taking those bones, right, that are connected at the top of your legs. You feel these 2 little sits bones. We won't get too technical. And I'm just rocking back and forth. Are you trying it with me? Just rocking back and forth. All right. We did our quick breathing. Now I'm sitting back. Crisscross, applesauce, bringing it down. Breath up for 6. Hold at the top for 3, excuse me, and then out again. Now make a sound for 9. That's our grounded good morning breath. We just did that. And so when we look, come back up here. You stay seated. I just want to show you here. I don't know if this will be as visual for you here with my hips on my second chakra. We'll just say my hips, right? Front and back. I'm just going to ask you to just come. Knees are on the pad. or maybe you have them on the pillow. Your feet, the top part of your feet are pushing down off the mat. And now we're just going to turn forward, back. I'm going to come to the side. Here you go. Forward, back, forward, back. Just the up for 6, hold for 3, slowly out for 9. Let's make a little sound. We're waking up. We got the ground. Now we've got the second chakra. Just doing a little bit of those pelvic pushes. There you go. And I'm just feeling, all right. Now we'll just do a little hip circles. So come on back. Right to your own knees. We're just going to do some hip circles. And when we think about second chakra, our energy patterns here, right to our own knees. Well, I'd like to do these little quick check-in, morning check-ins every morning. But then I jump up and someone needs me here. I'm just coming back the other way now. Someone needs me over there. I'm blowing it off. So I'm inviting you. This is our 7 daily check-in, our little tidbits to take a few minutes in the morning. Wake up your body. We patted the ground. We did the knees. We did the sits bones. Now we've done the hips. Come here, right below your rib cage. If you're an advanced trainee of mine, you're ready. You're ready. Get in there. Right there. There's this little soft spot. I'm just going to ask you to pant like a puppy. You can be standing. You could be sitting. I feel like I'm really enjoying just being on my knees here. So you feel that spot? Push out a little bit right there. So right in between, we've got my chest, my breastbone coming down, and then try the breath. Maybe it's really a lot. Maybe it's hard to push. Maybe it feels spongy, soft. So we can analyze this, and there are my other trainings I can do that, and I can refer you or work with you. But just for this morning, just come pant with me. Waking it up. Slow it down. Push in and then meet the resistance. Meet out like you're tightening up your core, but not lower, middle. And hold. Ready? We're going to do the breath up for 6. At the 3, hold and push back. And then out slowly for 9. This is our fire. Take your hands right on the rib cage and even see if you can. We did the hip circles here. Can you just try to go around in a circle with your ribs? See what that feels like. See if your shoulders come all the way up, lower them down. And I'm going to have you try this. This morning. You don't have to make any sound, but we're going to do this. Ready? Roar. You can roar, or you can just try to make a little noise. When I start making the noises, see how I get my whole body into it? I'm just asking you to isolate it. I think you're getting it. How does it feel? Now I'm just going to take your hands back, clasping behind you, shoulders up, back and down, open that heart. Open, the cardiac area. Just take this stretch right to self-love. Come on up. And say good morning. Say good morning. And then take your hands, clasp forward. You could be seated in a chair even here. And pull back down. Hands, 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 hands. Just like that. We're just stretching. And then if that feels too much, try it this way. And then shoulders back and down, opening the heart. I want you to come sit down and give yourself a little morning love. You don't want to do that? Just try. Just ready? Morning love. Morning love. Some of you have those really long arms and you can wrap yourselves all the way around. And then switch. Other side. You can just go on the top of each arm and take a second. Morning love. I'm coming back up. You can sit down. You can grab your ball. I'm going to do another video with the ball, so maybe I look like a caterpillar a little bit here, but I want you to try this with me. I checked in with my ground, and I'm going to show up for myself, however that looks. Breath up for 6. Play with your hair if you want. I always love to. We're holding our breath for 3. Out for 9. Deep exchange of oxygen. Even if you're doing all of these differently than I am, it doesn't matter because you're here. So we're going to move up. We're at the throat now. Shoulders back and down. Just take your throat up, and down. Try it again. Maybe even turning a little bit to one side. Stretch, taking your shoulder, taking your hand. I always love to do jazz hands, not this way, this way. So we were sure to just smell that little armpit. I'm sorry, I'm just saying that's how we can be really safe not to affect or pull out our rotator cuff. And a little stretch here. Let's try the other side. Ready? Just turning, just turning. I'm sorry because I had you stretch a little bit first. There you go. Just going slow, waking up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Come on down. Good morning hug. Good morning hug. See what it feels like. Let's come here into the throat again. Just be really gentle. Yes, I'm going to do this every morning for my 7-day daily tidbit check-in. Yes, Natalie. See? You are so good. Now here we go. We're going to come to our third eye, that middle line. We can even look at it from the skin as it's called the corduroy, right? It's right where we get a little bit of some wrinkles, but we're just going to stretch that. We're just going to take our fingers. We're just going to open that up. So close your eyes and then open, close, open, gentle touching, really soften, touch, moving the cobwebs, waking up. Let's do some joy breath here. Good morning. Hello. I'm here. I'm going to do my best, even if it means I want to go back to bed, as long as I give myself an effing break. I do say you have to be 18 or with parents' permission because sometimes I drop the F-bomb. I don't say the full word. I think the F is the point. We can also say love. Give yourself a loving break. I was doing that a lot, and one of my dear friends was like, could you keep the F in because I have a little fire? I said, sure. Okay, so now let's just do little wiggles. Before we get up to the crown, we're just going to wiggle. I know maybe you're even like moving your whole body into this wiggle. I'm saying this feels so strange. Maybe you're sitting in a chair. I will do some chair work, but just try it. Just try. Just try to say, today I'll go easy. And I can't believe that just moving like this is actually helping my endocrine system, my somatic system, stretching here, my wellness, being careful with your shoulders, opening your heart. You can do the standing. I just wanted you to be able to see me, so I'm on my knees. And then together, we will come down and we will go to the crown. And I know that my trainees know this. We're going to add in a little reflexology, a little acupressure here with the crown. So here we go. Let's just tap gentle. Good morning, top of my head and all that's there. Here we go. Up for 6. Hold that breath at the top and pull your hair for 3. And then out slowly. For 9. And come on up when you do that. So we're going to shoulders tucked in. And here we are as we finish up on our check-ins. I have my front of my calves pushed down, right? I'm sitting. You can even put a pillow right here to make it easier. Push down. So I'm actually I'm approaching, I'm touching the earth and I'm pushing down, but I'm holding in my body. I'm reminded to hold in my core. And here we are, up for 6. Just pay attention here. So you're in your ground. You're in your I am in here. We're activating, oxygenating. But now we're going to take the ground up for 6, pulling up. Really pull, pull, pull as much as you feel. You're awakening. Do a little tap, tap, tap. And then out for 9. And on that 9 out, make that sound. And I want to say to you, connecting back up to source. Taking that shoulders, really pulling, tucked, pulling the energy down, and then back up. Like our big system, right? That loop system, the way our nervous system works, the way our veins and our blood works, the way it goes through our heart. We are doing energetic work, we're doing body work, and this last bit, up for 6, pulling, pulling, and then out, releasing into our ground, down to the earth, and then I'm asking you to come up. For me, it's God. Thank you, God. Angels. And all the people I love that are no longer in this plane, that are up there looking out for us. Connect in. You know, when you look up or you look down or you look around, whatever it is, that spiritual connection. I've said before, spirit comes in all different ways, right? Right? The eyes of a child, you know, in the eyes of a loved one. The way that we find our own self-care and wellness, the way we cherish and take care of ourselves, and the way sometimes we don't. We can just take another breath, make another choice, and take another chance to reconnect back in self-compassionate care. That's me, Natalie Vescovi-Poirier. Here for your somatic wellness, the in the body wellness. What's in there that wants to get in deeper? What's in there that needs to come out? What's in there that needs some attention? What's in there that needs some love? What's in there that needs to be able to be heard? What's in there? What's in here? Just come in. Just come on here. Come on. We're almost done. 3 more minutes. 20-minute check-in. I was thinking 7. 20 sounds right. So as we come back, just come with me. And even when we do that, you take your hands and really think about stretching outside and then coming in. And then outside and coming in. What's on these shoulders? What's pushing them down? What's holding them back? What's slamming them forward? What's holding them up? And then maybe the more you move through, connect down, release up, the more we do these bits together, the more the words don't have to necessarily come, but the energy can be released. So I want to say thank you. I want to say I love you, and the daily check-ins, the tidbits that we're doing here. Number 1, face of fear, the root. So when we're in the ground, right? Here's the ground. Just come and march with me as we finish. Mine. Mine. Anadea Judas taught me this. Mine. This is yours. This is yours. And that energy just kind of around it, right? This is yours. And the shadow is fear here. And we come up. Fear often is actually, as Gandhi says, we think that the enemy is hate, but the enemy is actually fear. I know this personally. So instead of throwing away and hiding your fear, accept it, get to know it, befriend it, and then come here with your fear. Face something, and then you're in your ground. And then here with our second chakra, the right to self-need. And the shadow is guilt. Ugh, right? You could taste that guilt sometimes. So I need this in the morning. I need to come down here. I need to make a commitment. I need to check in. Whether it's cold, I can put on my leg warmers and I can get all bundled up. So I want to invite you. 7-day training. Welcome. Here you are, day 1. You can do this in the morning. You can do this in the afternoon. You can do this at night. Welcome. Here we are in the ground. Have our need. 3rd chakra right here. Fire. So this is the right to your own personal power. Make this time for yourself. Think about it in that way. Get that light, as Bruce Lee says, to fuel your own fire. In the heart, come here. You start your day with an I love you. You give yourself a hug. Speaking your truth. I don't want to do it, but I know it's good for me. I made a commitment. That's enough. And then here, in the right, to true seeing. In the shadow, the illusion. This isn't really that much. What am I doing? Am I really burning calories? What am I like? Get it? No. Trust me. These bits are really healthy and they'll get you to that wellness. The showing up. And here we go in the crown. The right to universal knowledge. The shadow is attachment. So for me, I was very attached to running marathons and pushing and pushing and pushing. And I needed that. And when I was able to come in and get attached to self-love, really looking out for my body and my skin, my heart, my needs, I arrived. And now I'm here with you. So here is our morning, afternoon, or evening wake up. Because for me, as I'm making this, I had to set up the studio and it was so cold. It's actually 11:30 in the almost afternoon. But I feel energized, I feel well, and I feel connected, bottom to ground. So let's finish with our breathing up from the ground for 6. Ready? Really starting to visualize it. And then always pull a little bit up and ground down. Hold for 3. And then out for 9. And maybe you even bend over here. Hanging down. Surrendering. Don't overdo. Don't over push. Just enoughness. Just enoughness. I went to 22 minutes, but you know, I got the gift of gab. Namaste. Day 1, doing great.